So ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here in Prague, here in Malešice, for yet another game of the Green Group in this year's tournament of the European Basketball Championship 2026. And with one of the final games of the Green Group between Switzerland and Scotland. My name is Ondřej Břízhal. I will be leading you throughout this live stream. And this is quote unquote the fight for the first place in the Green Group, and it will decide their fate for the remainder of this tournament. The winner of this game, as I said, will end up on the first place and will play Team Czechia in the playing game, as the other team will have to wait for the result of the game between Israel and Italy. And one team that loses will play the team that will play second in the Green Group. As we can see now, the goalie leaders, with Alan McLucas leading the way so far. He has stepped up in all 3 games and notched up 88%. We're now awaiting for the time to wind down so we can get moving. Seconds till the start. So Alan McLucas is gonna step up from the beginning of this game in between the 3 pipes of Team Scotland. On the other side, we got Alexander Meyer guarding the goal of Switzerland. On the face-off dot, we got Colin Weir and Mikael Hoser, and we are underway. First place game, which decides who plays Czechia. Jack Crawley has picked up the first face-off for Team Scotland, and a first goal! 22 seconds into the game, and Seamus Bankier is scoring for Scotland. Switzerland were caught lacking, and Seamus Bankier at his 11th goal of the tournament and scores the first one for Scotland in this game. Ball picked up by Kellner. Loses his footing, but now a push from Hoser. So now Thomas Moffat, one of the leading scorers in this tournament. So far 15 goals and 3 assists. Shaw down to Lewis. Other side of Moffat, one time for Fletcher, but Meyer was able to trickle it away. Now Brendan Koenig going the other way, and Switzerland getting their first offensive shift in this game. Getting pressured by Michael Galbraith. Gets it up to Hollenstein. Spinning off, shot, and a first save by Alan McLucas. Lucas had him almost. Trickled the ball past him, but McLucas was fast to notice that. So now we got Jack Crawley passing it up to Thomas Gilbrook. Back to Crawley. Finding Lewis, Moffat, and nice save by Alexander Meyer. Pick up by Terrier. But now a loose ball battle with Lewis and Ziegler. But the ball has rolled behind the goal of McLucas and Jonathan Milne. With clear off for Scotland. Now Gilbrook was thinking about the 1v1, but Swiss defenders were fast to come back. And now another goal, and Zane Fletcher gets the one-timer from the assist of Seamus Bank here. As Scotland is trying to run away with it fast. Bankier was aware of Fletcher, who was staring him down and waiting for the one-time pass on the other post. So Scotland now leads the way 2-0. Hauser and Weir. Weir wins it. Next to the goal of McLucas. Now Gilbraith gets hammered into the boards. And now back to the crease is called on Peter Shepard. So Switzerland is gonna get the ball. Hollenstein has Brunner for the help. Flips it to number 51, but the ball's now loose on the boards. Lippen, a big body. And Brunner. Good hockey handle. Ball still loose. Now picked up by Weir. And play after the loose ball from Switzerland. But Scotland can get it rolling. Milson has Brandenberger against him. And Shaw was unable to catch that pass from Milson. So we are back in front of the goal of McLucas. Suter. And now a breakaway chance for David McCall. But a big pressure by Hollenstein, who returned to the defense. Now Ziegler. Hetty. Big body, and there's a delay penalty against Scotland called. Hetty, long shot, but McLucas handles it. So the captain, Matthew Hill, is going to the penalty box for Scotland. Tripping for 2 minutes, called by John Bardum, who is leading the game today in position of referee. So Switzerland is getting their first power play with Chur and the Rabe on the left-hand side, and Hetty on the top key, who tried to shoot, but the ball's off the cage of McLucas. So Scotland is going to try to play with the ball as long as possible. Zane Fletcher handles the ball first. Big defense by Brendan Koenig. Fletcher had Moffat running down the traffic. But now a big shot by Crawley, but nice block by Hauser. Brendan Koenig was there for the clear pass. And now Thomas Chur, one of the assistant captains. Lucas Hetty. Brunner gets the ball back, up to Harry. Back to Brunner, it goes into traffic. Shot and a goal! Number 51 goes through and scores the first goal for Switzerland in that game. Uses the power play. And Patrick Brunner cuts the lead of Scotland to just 1 goal. Very important one for Switzerland to get their morale up. So now Hoser and Salis McGuire. Hope I pronounced that correctly. Now Brendan Koenig was looking for the cut down, but there were too many white jerseys in front of him. So he holds it now, Hollenstein. Brendan Koenig again. Face dodges against Milson. Back up to Hollenstein. Goes down, and a 5-ball for Hollenstein! Big shot for number 18. And Switzerland are very fast to equalize the score up. Guys, I told you we have a big game on our hands with 2 undefeated teams in the green group. But the results have been very different for both teams. Switzerland winning with the largest margin of 8 goals, and that was with the score of 15-7 against Portugal. But Scotland has been very dominant. 18-3 against Portugal, 18-4 against Slovakia, and 19-4 against France. Big shot by Patrick Brunner, but misses the goal of McLucas. 10 seconds to shoot. He's gonna take it. No, he passes to Nikolai Reba, but what a save by Alan McLucas. Going from the one post to another. And now Galbraith clears it up for Scotland. Milne flips it off to Gilbrook. Now Jonathan Shaw gets it back to Gilbrook. He has Lewis behind the goal. 1 second to shoot, and that was Slade for Scotland. So now we are having our first hydration break. Just a quick reminder for you guys. Even today it's gonna be hot out here, so stay hydrated, stay in the shadow as long as possible. And we are gonna be back in a minute. We are back in Malešice for another part of this game between Switzerland and Scotland. So far it has been very equal. 2 goals for Scotland that have been answered by 2 goals of Switzerland. Now Lucas Harry. Big defense by Robertson, but Harry goes through and he scores! What a turn of events for Switzerland. And number 12 in black and red turns the score over for Switzerland. What a solo effort by number 12. Big face-off. Now picked up by Corrales McGuire. Intercepted by Switzerland. Now König pass to Hollenstein. Big defense by Trent Kellner. Down to Nikolai Reba. 14 seconds, big block by Kellner. Loose ball picked up by Reba. Less than 10 seconds to shoot. König, long shot. Wow! Brendan König! And now Switzerland is on the high note. Brendan König. Visibly from his expression, he didn't expect that at all. But Brendan König fires Switzerland in front of by 2 goals. Face off picked up by Brandenberger. Tried to pass it to Chur, but the ball's been loose. And now handled by Ware, but he has been stripped off the ball. Big body by Moffat. Loose ball. Picked up by Moza. Shorty. Down to Lucas Hedy. Handled by Lippener. Big body, and Zane Fletcher was trying to pick it up, and the ball has gone out of the boards and it stays with Scotland. So Milne is now going over the halfway line. Milne still on the ball, pass it off to Bank here. He's trying to go underneath. Gilbrook, tough catch. Going over, tried to pass it to Milne, but now a loose ball battle of the number 9s, Milne and König. And the ball ends up behind the goal of Meyer. And Jonathan Milne was trying to take it as long as possible just to punch it to the corner. Now Nikolai Reba. Pass down to Hollenstein, but a good save by McLucas. Unusual beginning of game for McLucas. Now Hale, the captain, good save by Maya. And Moffat gets the loose ball. Flips it off for Crawley. Down to Sam Lewis. To the other side to Bank here, but unfortunate handle for him. Lewis, 10 seconds. Crawley going in, but a big body on Fletcher. And the clock has winded down. And the big scrum. And the game is getting heated up. Both of the teams know what the game means to them. Swing to Hollenstein, to the far side. Heads up. Everybody's okay. And we are getting our first commercial break of the game. So take a breath, and we are gonna be back here in a few minutes. We are back in Malešice for the last something under 5 minutes in this first quarter of game between Switzerland and Scotland. Switzerland have turned the game over from being down 2-0 to 2-4. Wow, what a shot by Moffat, but hit just the post. Now an interception by Zweifer. Now a loose ball, body by Hoser. And Hoser is pretty pissed off. Is challenging Bankir for 1v1. And what a save by Alexander Maya. It's getting chippy very fast. And now Brandon Koenig is all alone in front of McLucas. And he scores! Juice goal for Switzerland! As they are running out further and further from Scotland. And Brandon Koenig. Have yourselves a day, number 9. And Switzerland is feeling it. They are feeling the momentum with less than 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Now Zweifer, the captain, gets another ground ball from the face-off. Lukas Heri swings it to Hollenstein. Brunner builds a pick. Hollenstein, Nikolai Reba, 10 seconds to shoot. Hollenstein, big shot. It has gone out of the goal of McLucas, and now Sam Lewis is bringing the ball upfield. Bodies Hollenstein. And big slashes. This game is gonna be, I'm calling it right now, it's gonna be physical. Shaw, big shot. And another save by Alexander Maya. Jack Crawley is trying to go underneath on the crease of Maya, but a few defenders were there. Moffat, one-timer on Zayn Fletcher. And it's getting heated up really fast. Big hit by Milne. And Scotland is going to the penalty box again. Milne. Very upset and very confused with the decision of the referees, but we are not the ones to judge that. Cross-check for 2 minutes signaled. And Switzerland gets another chance to run away with the score even more. Now Heri, Brunner down to Hollenstein, and Chur and Nikolai Reba on the left-hand side. Heri. Hard picks built by Chur, big shot by Brunner. Now loose ball, nobody wants to pick it up. Now it's picked up by Heri. And the new shot clock for Team Switzerland. Something over 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Brunner, Heri, big shot. Good save by McLucas. Loose ball, he's all over the place. And now a clear by Kuratsalis McGuire. Now big pressure by Hoser. And I believe it's Tommen. It is number 94 in black. So Switzerland is going into the attack again. We got Thomas Chur on the ball. Heri back to Chur. Reba up to Chur. Heri swings it to Brunner. One-timer Reba. And out of the goal. 5 seconds to shoot. The ball's loose and picked up by Milson. Big clear by 25, but the ball's loose. And Nikolai Reba gets it into Swiss possession again. Last 50 seconds of the quarter, and Scotland's penalty is running out. Lucas Eddy! And the ball's gone out of the play from the leg of Michael Galbraith. 40 seconds. Hollenstein is gonna wait for the clock to wind down. Lucas Heddy. They will look for a juice goal on the end of the first quarter. But now, Matthew Hill is going the other way against Alexander Meyer, and he scores! Important goal for Scotland. And hopefully for the team in white and dark blue, the comeback is on. And the captain, Matthew Hill, makes it 3-5. Last 16 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and we have the face-off specialists, Colin Weir and Michael Hoser. Michael Hoser, so I could pronounce it correctly, are on the face-off dot. Ball still loose. Now Weir picks it up, and a timeout for Team Scotland with 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter. They will look for the difference cutter for them, so they could end up with just trailing only by 1 goal going into the second quarter. The head coach of Scotland, Bob Hayes, prepared his squad very well for this tournament. We'll be looking for their windsocket so they could play with the best and hardest environment for them, as they would play Team Czechia, the host nation, in case of winning. 10 seconds to go. Fletcher goes underneath on Koenig, shoots! Wow! Zane Fletcher! And as I said, Scotland scores their 4th goal, and Switzerland, despite leading, are now in a very uncomfortable position. What a goal by Zane Fletcher. Takes Koenig down low and snipes the lower 90 of the goal of Alexander Meyer. 4 seconds. 3 and won't happen. Brendan Koenig, long shot. It falls through! Wow! Brendan Koenig! Unbelievable work! Brendan Koenig! What just happened? Scotland thought that they are on the higher note now, but it looks like that the referees are now discussing the situation. The goal's good, and there will be 1 second on the shot clock, on the game clock. But I don't think that Hose and Weir will be trying to do anything on the face-off dot. They will just run it out. Maybe one of them is gonna stat pad so they could get another one face-off. Let's see if they will be fair to each other or or if they will try to win the face-off. Let's see how they want it. If they want it that much. And the one face-off for Hoser. So Switzerland and Scotland are giving us so far very interesting game. Switzerland scoring in the last second of the first quarter from the stick of Brendan Koenig. So we are heading into the first intermission with the score of 4-6 for Team Switzerland. So we are gonna be back in less than 2 minutes. We are back here in Malešice for the second quarter of this game between Switzerland and Scotland. So far, the game is very up and down, very physical. Both of the teams want to win their group, as both of them are so far perfect, but only one of them can notch their fourth win in the group. Switzerland winning the initial face-off. Captain Schweifer gets the ground ball. Brendan Koenig. There is nothing to say about number 9, because Brendan Koenig scores yet another. And what a goal it is. Just 19 seconds into the second quarter, and Brendan Koenig is having himself a game. The face-off has, the face-off's good for Switzerland, as Scotland have done something wrong. So now Switzerland is leading 4-7 with Hollenstein on the ball, passes it down to Suter, goes underneath, tried to twist it, but nice save by Alan McLucas. Big shot by Hollenstein, but it has been blocked by Milson. So still 15 seconds for Switzerland. Sure. Up to Hollenstein, big check by Kellner. Suter. Sure didn't handle the pass. Loose ball on the boards. Now Hill is grabbing the ball on their defensive side. Passed it off to Gilbrook. To Moffat. Fletcher quarterbacking from behind the goal of Maya. Moffat is going to hold it. Bounce past the bank here. Big shot by Gilbrook. No, he fakes it. Now Moffat on the near side and just whistles past the post of Maya. Bank here. Big shot. Blocked. That was Loris Moser who put his body on the line. Big hit! You saw it coming from Antonio Fonjakowski. But the hit has been ruled as illegal. And now a hold from number 21. That's the thing that Switzerland don't want, just to give unfortunate penalties like this. Fletcher faking, and a big block by Budmiga. Gilbrook trying to go inside. 5 seconds. Big shot by Shaw. And I think it was a save by Maya. So Fonjakowski is now going into the penalty box for Switzerland. Probably 2 minutes for holding. Yeah. And Scotland now can use this opportunity to close the goal gap just to 2. Crawley, Fletcher, Moffat to the other side to Crawley. Good save by Maya.
Nice.
Brandenberger hit on Maya, and that's a goalie interference on Moffat. Now Kune going in, and McLucas is getting another save. Now a loose ball on the boards. Nobody wants to pick it up. Hetty, big hits all over the place. Harry going underneath. Kellner with his stick on him. 10 seconds to shoot. Brendan Koenig on top. He's gonna look for the long shot and just whistled above the upper 90 of goal of McLucas. And Thomas Moffat visibly upset. And Thomas Moffat is going into the penalty box for 2 minutes for roughing. And now the assistant captain, Trent Kellner, was discussing the situation with Boredom, with the head ref of this game. But Switzerland is getting yet another power play. Missed shot by Chur. Ball's now in the stick of Jonathan Milne, who was looking for a shot on the goal of Maya. Big shot, and Kellner bangs it off Maya. So the clock's now reset with the ground ball of Michael Hosa. Now Lippener going. Lippener holding it, shovels it to Morris Zweifer. Stefan Zweifer, sorry. Now Lucas Heddy going underneath, and off the crossbar of goal of McLucas. Lippener, Brunner. Loose ball, Heddy tried to pick it up, but ball ends up in the stick of Hill. Passed it up to Milson. Hollenstein staring him down. Good check, but Milson stays on the ball now. Fonjakowski. And now Hollenstein looking for Lucas Heddy. but that was a high pass for number 12 in black. So we're going the other way with McCall, with number 39 on the ball, going behind the goal of Maya. Big forecheck by Brendan Koenig, who gets the ball from him. And he's running away. Him against Mac Lucas, fakes, and he scores! Brendan Koenig is having himself a day. Scoring his 4th goal and fires Switzerland into a 4-goal lead. And Alan McLucas is gonna have himself a breather and subs out for Christopher Knowles with number 35. So we got a substitute netminder in the goal of Scotland. So we're going with under 10 minutes with now 2-goal streak for Switzerland as they now lead 4-8. And Thomas Chur now handling the ball. Waiting for someone to pass to, flips it off to Lucas Hedy. Five seconds, flips it off to Chur. But the bounce shot goes just wide of the target. And we are heading into the hydration break with 9 minutes and 9 seconds parting us from the end of the first half. So we are gonna be back. We are back in Malešice for another part of this game between Switzerland and Scotland. So far, the team in the black and red leads 4-8. Behind the back try by Seamus Bank here. Didn't go through. And the ball went out of the boards from Scotland, so Brendan Koenig. Four-time goal scorer in this game. Pass it off to Hedy. Down to Lippner, goes underneath. Couple fakes. And the goal. Defender of Lippner was way out. Yannick Lippner throwing couple fakes on Knowles in between the three pipes of Team Scotland. And Switzerland is now leading by 5 goals. Their largest lead yet. We're and Hose on the face-off circle. Scotland wins it. Now Galbraith gets it down to Jake Crawley. Thomas Moffat. Fletcher. Big shot by Crawley, but a block by Erwin Tommen. Gets the shot straight into his helmet. Props to him that he puts his body on the line, but health is the first thing. He's communicating with one of the assistant coaches. He's visibly dizzy. Could we get the table of the top scorers of this game, please? Erwin Tommen looks a little bit rattled, but good so far. As we can see, Brendan Koenig, 4 goals, and Zane Fletcher and Lucas Harry both on 2 in this game. There's no reset, and Scottish bench is confused of the decision, so 9 seconds on the shot clock. Moffat to Fletcher. Wow! What a fake by Fletcher, but Meyer had his eyes on the ball all the way. So now Wojciechowski is bringing the ball upfield for Switzerland. Lucas Heddy swings it to Hollenstein. Shoots and scores! Joseph Hollenstein. His 12th goal of the tournament and the first one in this game. Excuse me, his 2nd goal in this game and his 13th in the tournament. He's establishing himself as one of the tournament leaders. Big ground ball picked up by Brendan Koenig. He's been so far everywhere in this game. Koenig, long shot, but blocked by Corozales McGuire. And now number 38 for Scotland is getting the ball. Passes it up to Sam Lewis, who's waiting, and found the stick of Thomas Moffat. Fake, passed off to Bankir, up to Thomas Gilbrook, and shot off the post, and out. And now Budmiga goes all alone. And a save by Christopher Knowles. Important save for number 35. And now a pick off by Patrick Shorey. Wojciechowski helps him with the picks. Looking for someone. And that someone is Hollenstein. Illegal pick by Ziegler, so Scotland on the ball again. Michael Galbraith. Down to Zane Fletcher. Erwin Tommen against him. Happy to see him back on the floor. Bank here. 2-man game with Moffat. And this is Rules and the legal pick. So we're again heading the other way. Mikael Hosa. flips it to Hollenstein. Number 18 in black. Flipping it. Reba! Big shot, but saved by Knowles. Big pass to the other side to Maya, who gets it to Hollenstein. Almost over the halfway line, but now a big scrum for it. And Morris Ziegler gets the ground ball. Up to Hollenstein. Lucas Herry on the ball. Goes underneath on Shepard. Just missed the goal. And Suta was trying to get the ground ball on the crease. Shepard. Kellner. And has Robertson in front of him. 3-on-1 situation.
So sorry.
Oh, an unfortunate pass to Robertson. And now Meyer looking other way for Von Jakowski. Was trying to flip it to the other side to Hollenstein, but the ball ended up on his ankles. So now Hollenstein looking for Reba. Big shot and the goal! Goal from a bounce shot for Nikolaj Reba. And Switzerland is in the lead of this game by a big margin. Big checks on the center circle. Loose ball battle. Brandenberger. No, Galbraith running away from Brandenberger. Passes to Crawley. Down to Shepard. Try to find Bank here. Missed the goal. That's Milner. But again, out of the goal. Gilbrook. And blocked by either Koenig or Tommen. And with 3 minutes and 32 seconds, we are heading into another commercial break. So we are going to be back here in Malešice in a while.
The Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high-quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world.
Pivo z rodinného pivovaru, kde řemeslo a tradice jdou ruku v ruce.
We're back in Malešice, and 30 minutes and 32 seconds is what bars us from the end of the second quarter in this so far pretty one-sided game between Switzerland and Scotland. As you could see on the graphic on the right bottom corner of the screen, Lucas Hedy so far is leading the game in assists with 3. He also added 2 goals to that. Big shot by number 12 in black. But a nice handle from the rebound, and Switzerland is getting another 30 seconds. Now Hollenstein gets picked from Suta. Now a loose ball. Ball still loose, and now Robertson picks the ball up. Shaw was there for the pass, but he had 2 fast defenders on him. Moffat for Fletcher. Loose ball, picked up by, almost picked up by Bank here. Big pressure by Zweifer. Bank here, 5 seconds. Pass into the traffic to Shaw, and Fletcher just tried to sky it into the net. Now König going the other way, but big save by Christopher Knowles. McCall had a tough task, but he handled it pretty fairly good. Now Crawley up to Bank here. 10 seconds to shoot. Down to Shaw. Gilbert. Back to Shaw. And down to Sam Lewis, who got a lot of time with nobody on him, but Alexander Meyer. So far, big game for him. Hollenstein, big shot! And goal number 12 for Switzerland. And a hat-trick for number 18 in black. Joseph Hollenstein gets his 3rd goal of the game. And now a big 8-goal lead for Team Switzerland. A minute and 20 seconds to go in the first half. Big fight for the loose ball after the face-off, but Brandenberger is the first one to pick it up. And Switzerland are getting their timeout on this half. So far, a very good game from the netminder in Swiss goal, Alexander Meyer. Now we can see the game stats. Switzerland have used 2 out of their 3 power plays. The face-off has been even between Hoser and Colin Weir. And the timeout of Switzerland is up, so last 6 to 8 seconds of the second period, with Chur on the ball. Now Brunner on the right hand side. We got Suter and Hollenstein on the other side. We have Lucas Hedy. Down to Chur, Hollenstein, fakes, shoots, bounce shot, and a save by Knowles. Milne going the other way, trying to go fast. Big forecheck by von Jakowski. Crawley up to Bank here. Gilbert trying to get his hands free against Zweifel, but now a big shot from Bank here, but nice save by Meyer. who just skies it to the other side for Knowles. Gives it up for Buchan. 10 seconds to shoot. Nice save on the shot from Moffat. Brune, Koenig. And Koenig is the last player to touch the ball. Switzerland are now leading after the first half in a dominant fashion against so far pretty accurate and 100% Team Scotland, as now we are heading into the halftime break with the score of 4-12 for Switzerland. So don't go too far from the screens. We are going to be back in less than 15 minutes here in Malešice for the second half of the game between Switzerland and Scotland.
sorry. No, it's fine. Yeah.
We are back here in Malešice for the second half of the game between so far two undefeated teams in the green group, Switzerland and Scotland. Switzerland so far leading the way 12-4. And the ball now ends up in the stick of Scotland. Jack Crawley on the ball. Scotland looking to bounce back after so far their worst half in the European Championships. But what a nice shot by, I believe it was Gilbrook. Shot and a save on the shot from Moffat. And we got a new face in between the three pipes for Switzerland. Sven Bereswel stepping up with Alexander Meyer having an amazing game with 81% in the first half. Hollenstein save by McLucas, who returns in between three pipes. Looking to get his percentage up. Reba and Scher working with each other for the two-man game. Now a big body by Hollenstein. Reba, big shot, and deflected by McLucas. And Scotland going the other way with Thomas Gilbrook. Nah, that's Peter Shepard. Hit on Lewis. Big shot by Shaw, just wide of the goal of Bereswil. Now Crawley picking up the loose ball. Shot by Zane Fletcher. But a save by number 30. Now Brendan Koenig. So far 5 points in this game. He has been unbelievable. Lucas Heddy. Long shot just wide of Mike Lucas's goal. Long pass from Galbraith to Milson. And Thomas Gilbrook again on the ball with 9 goals and 1 assist going into this game. Big shot by Bank here, but what a save by Beresville. Stepped up towards it. Gilbrook, the ball's loose, and Brandenburger knocked out of the ball, and Switzerland is getting their possession again after an illegal pick by Scotland. Now Lucas Heddy. He's dealt so many assists in this game. You can see that he's not only a goal scorer with 7 goals going into this game, but he is also a quarterback for his teammates. Now a big save by McLucas on shot from Hollenstein, and a big chance for Bank here, but Beresville steps up as the substitute. And a nice save. And Brendan Koenig, the ball is trickling between the legs of McLucas, and number 00 handles it, deals the ball up top. Now Captain Hill going the other way, dealing to Crawley. Lewis down to Gilbrook, 10 seconds to shoot. Crawley, big angle, passes to Zane Fletcher, shovels it and gets the rebound back in his possession. Passes off to Crawley. Gilbrook jumping, but Beresville saw it all the way. Now Budmega shoveling it to Koenig. Hard pass for him to control, but yes, no problem with that. Harry up to Chur. Eddie again. His defender falling to the ground. It was Milson who now picks up the ball. He has been stripped off by Thomas Chur. Robertson tried to go underneath on Hollenstein, but he has now been stripped off by number 18. Loose ball on the boards. 2 white and 2 black jerseys fighting for it. Ball is still in play, and now a push from Scotland, so Switzerland is moving the ball up top. And Switzerland and the Swiss bench is getting their penalty for an illegal substitution. And Scotland are getting one of their chances to cut the lead down. Zane Fletcher with the ball. Down to Crawley, Shaw back to Crawley. Fletcher has Thomas Moffat on the left hand side, and a nice save by Sven Beresville. Has Brendan Koenig for the outlet. He's going to hold it against Hill. He's going down low. Fake shot and a nice strip check by Will. Now Milne. Up to Kellner. Hidden ball trick, but the shot has been blocked by Koenig, and also despite picking the ball up, he has gone back into the crease. So Scotland is getting yet another chance. Fletcher down to Lewis, up to Bank here. Lewis, reflected shot, and almost Brandenburger got it into the net of Beresville, but he was fast to notice that. Now Koenig going underneath on McGuire. And Switzerland is calling for a tripping call on Koenig, but the whistles of referees stay silent. So now Scotland with another offensive shift. They have not used a power play so far in this game. Zane Fletcher from up top. Bounce shot off the target. Bank here. Blocked by Thommen. Ball's loose. And the scrum between Thommen and Bank here. And we are getting our first hydration break of the second half, and we are gonna be right back. Erwin Thommen looking a little bit rattled, but he gets himself up. So we're gonna be back in a minute. We are back in Malešice for another part of the third period in this game between Switzerland and Scotland. Hollenstein so far the only one handling the ball. Nikolai Reba goes on the field as the penalty expires for Switzerland. 5 seconds to shoot. That has to be a shot for Switzerland. Suter tried to get the ball on the net, but has missed it. So Scotland now going the other way. Thomas Gilbrook looking. He found Bank here, and a shot from Moffat has been turned away by Beresville. Scotland getting the ground ball. Now Moffat, Gilbrook, big shot, and off the target. So we are going back in front of McLucas, who has been pretty good so far since returning in between 3 pipes. Reba, Lippener goes underneath, flips it to Reba, one-time shot, and a save by McLucas. Clear by McGuire, flips it off to Fletcher. Getting picked from Lewis, ball's loose, and Erwin Tommen almost got the ground ball, but now Brendan Koenig. And a big body and delay penalty. And look out. And another penalty going against Scotland. And the game starts to get a little chippy. So Zane Fletcher is going to the penalty box. And we are also getting Thomas Moffat into the penalty box for Scotland as well. There's the frustration for Scotland, and we are getting a 10-minute penalty on Okay, so to get this straight, Zane Fletcher and Thomas Moffat are both getting 2-minute penalties, but also both of them are getting 10-minute misconduct. So we are gonna play 5-on-3 in favor of Switzerland, and Fletcher and Moffat won't return until the end of the 10-minute misconduct. Now Stefan Zweifel and Matthew Hill are discussing the situation with the referees. Yeah, they're just getting it straight with the Scottish captain, so he knows all the circumstances. So we also have David McCall going as the in-home to the penalty box for Scotland. I didn't catch the whole call of the referees if we got only 1 or 2 misconducts. Anyways, Switzerland is now heading into their first 5-on-3 power play in the game so far, and will have a big chance to run away with the score. Brune Hollenstein tried to flip it to Hedy. They have a lot of time, nothing to rush. Lucas Hedy doesn't have seconds. Brune, loose ball. No, picked up by Milne. Loose ball, and Hill is going after it with Zweifel, and Hose trailing him. Long pass to Lucas Hedy. 3-on-2 chance for Switzerland. Big dodge by Hollenstein, shoots, and McLucas breaks the ball in front of the goal line. Trent Fletcher. Kellner, sorry. Trent Kellner has Brendan Koenig and Stefan Zweifel on him. Big checks coming his way. The ball still in the stick of Kellner. Loose ball. And a big body by von Jakowski. So Scotland spent 30 seconds on the offensive half, and now Switzerland going the other way. Lucas Hedy shoots, and he scores the 13th goal for Team Switzerland. Yeah, so to get this right, only Thomas Moffat got the 10-minute misconduct, and Zane Fletcher is back on the bench. So the in-home is serving the whole 2 minutes for the penalty of Thomas Moffat. Then he will go into play, and Thomas Moffat is going to sit for the next 10 minutes in the penalty box. Now we have a loose ball picked up by Shorty. Shaw is trailing him. Flips it off to Brandenberger. And McCall is back on the floor as Scotland are back in with 5 men. They should be back with 5 men. Jump shot attempt by Hedy, but McLucas stepped onto the correct pipe. So now Zane Fletcher back on the floor, fakes, and the ball goes through, but out of the goal. Pretty unfortunate shot by Zane Fletcher. Scottish bench is a little bit confused, but I'm pretty sure they should be with 5 people on the floor. Now they are. Saved by McLucas. Picked up by Reba. Lippner down to Hollenstein. Morris Ziegler, big shot. Just off the post. No big loose ball picked up by Buchan. Dodges all over the place. Robertson, and finds Milson on the halfway line. Up to Gilbrook. Down to Crawley. Zane Fletcher up top. Crawley fakes, and the ball has fallen out of his stick. And Gilbrook is the last player to touch the ball. Now Erwin Tommen going the other way. You can't miss him with his beautiful and shining red mesh. Still in hold of the ball and pass. And a very circus looking catch by Hollenstein. And Brunner skies it. Looked like a home run. So now Milne is bringing the ball upfield. Found Lewis, tried to flip it back to Milne. Jump shot and off the crossbar. Crawley. And Bankier was trying to find Fletcher, who was running down to Beresville. One-timer for Zane Fletcher, but the ball is out of the goal. We have minute and a half till the end of the third quarter. Nikolai Reba passes it down to Hollenstein. Big checks on Morris Ziegler. Now Thomas Chur going into the traffic, just off the post. 10 seconds, Reba off the target, picked up by Kellner. Is going to Beresville, bounce shot and a goal! There's the signal. And Trent Kellner, finally, after a long time, scores a goal for Team Scotland. I don't think Beresville expected a shot from this very, very narrow angle. But now we are 54 seconds away from the end of the third quarter. Now Brendan Koenig and McCall against him. Koenig shook him off. Zweifa down to Suter. Hollenstein with the ball. Rebe down to Harry. Big checks. And the ball in Harry's stick has flown into crease of McLucas. Dan Milson was handling the ball now. Zane Fletcher, 10 seconds to shoot. Going in. Flipping to Milne, big shot and a save by Beresville. And as the announcer said, that is the end of the third period. Switzerland and Scotland both scored one goal in this period. So now we are going into a short 2-minute break with the score of 5-13 for Switzerland. So don't go too far away. We are going to be right back. So last 15 minutes of regulation are awaiting us in one of the most important games of this tournament so far at the European Box Lacrosse Championships 2026 that is happening here in Prague. And first shot by Hollenstein in this quarter is now picked up by Brandenberger. So far Switzerland is leading in a dominant fashion with the score of 5-13, and Nikolai Reba now handling the ball. It has deflected from Veer out of the boards. A little bit of a confusion on the field now.
You can take out the restaurant, no problem.
Yeah, but we saw that from far out that it has wiggled from the stick of Veer. So we are getting back into action. One timer by Thomas Chur that wasn't handled. Big body! Unfortunate call for Switzerland. That looked too clean to me. Let the boys play. And a pass caught by the doorman of Scotland, getting himself a save. Hollenstein, and that's a penalty against Team Switzerland as Patrick Shorty dealt some aftermath to the player that went to the bench. Checking from behind for 2 minutes against Patrick Shorty. So Scotland is getting another power play. Fletcher, bank here. Swings it to Crawley, back to Fletcher. 91, bank here. Shot blocked by Erwin Tommen. And now a loose ball push. So now Switzerland. It's going the other way. Now Erwin Tommen and Milne are saying some unpleasant things to each other. Buchan hands it off to Bank here. Down to Milne. Dozen of seconds to go. Fletcher. Down to Gilbrook. Up to Fletcher. Down to Milne. One-timer. And a save by Sven Beresville, who has been very good so far. Allowed only one goal near the end of the third quarter. Now we have Suter on the ball. McGuire is bodying Chur, and now both of them. Chur has dealt cross-check against McGuire. Now big pass to the stick of Lewis, but it hasn't been handled, so now a loose ball. 5 for the ball. Nice send on the ground by Stefan Zweifer. And we got Hollenstein Waiting for his offensive peers. So we can get the attack rolling. He's waiting a long time, 10 seconds to shoot. Hollenstein will get the big shot. Shoots and a save made by McLucas. Since returning to the cage, only one goal out. Now Shorty, big forecheck, goes to the cage. He's gonna shoot, but the shot is wide. Unfortunate sequence for Shorty. Big forecheck by him. Now Gilbrook with the ball in his stick and Scotland in the attack. Mailed down to Fletcher. Big shot. And now Brendan Koenig is running away again. And he scores! Brendan Koenig. He shows up again. If I'm not mistaken, that's 5th goal for number 9 in black. Very good performance by Brendan Koenig. Firing Switzerland even further. And now Stefan Zweifel running away from Kellner and Weir. We're now forechecking, but the captain is now subbing off for Nikolai Reba. Suter going downhill, tried to pass it to Lippener. Suter gets his own rebound from the boards. 7 seconds to shoot. Suter tries to go in, shoots, and gets the clock around. Reba. Ziegler down to Lippener. Up to Hetty. Holding off Veer. Few seconds to shoot. Reba, big shot. Saved by McLucas. Rebound. It has not been picked up, but now it has been. Lucas Hetty is the one who finds the ball. Thomas Chur. Back to Hetty. Dozen of seconds. Hetty. Chur. Picks up the ball and just wide of the cage of McLucas. Hill was trying to find Buchan, now he picks up the ball. Big forecheck by Zweifel, but number 94 handles it very properly. Crawley flips it to Moffat, who returns into play. Gilbrook, big shot, and the goal! Scotland finally finding the net. And Thomas Gilbrook adds the 6th goal for white and dark blue. Fires it through the 5-hole of Bettisville. It has been a game of long distance shots so far, and few breaks often utilized by Brendan Koenig. Hollenstein, big shot! And McLucas holds it, and referees are calling yet another hydration break. So we will be back in a minute. We're back here in Malešice with the another phase of the fourth quarter of game that decides the winner of Group Green between Switzerland and Scotland. Switzerland is leading 14-6. And Scotland in the attack again, and Crowley finding the net unguarded and scores the 7th goal for Scotland. And Jack Crowley, everybody was in front of Beresville, and he had so much time and space. Just the one small dodge on Zweifel, which had a little aftermath with Jonathan Shaw. But it doesn't matter for Scotland because they score their 7th goal of the game. Oi! Broken ankles for Stefan Zweifel. So the captain adds broken ankles into his arsenal. While we are playing this game here in Malešice, in Radotín, Finland and Netherlands are playing their game. So far Finland is winning 10-2 in the second quarter. Brett Jukala is so far on fire with 4 goals and 2 assists. Now Thomas Moffat playing two-man game with Bank here, but what a nice save by Sven Beresville. Ball flipped up to Gilbrook, Bank here, and an 8th goal for Scotland. They're looking for a little comeback, eh? And Seamus Bank here gives Scotland a spark of hope with 7.5 minutes in the last period of the regulation. And now the face-off ends up with Wojciechowski, who tried to get it off the wall for Tommen. Now Gilbraith and Tommen are fighting for the loose ball. And McLucas picks it up from behind. Buchan, big check by Hollenstein, who fights off Gilbraith and Buchan. And he holds it, he's waiting for someone to pass to. Picked by Lippene, passes to the other side for Reba. Big shot and the shoulder save by McLucas. Hollenstein gets the ball in his stick again. Lippene down to Suter. And there's a penalty going to Thomas Chur. Now it depends on John Bardum. Now he's gonna decide if it's a high stick or a cross check. It's a cross check for 2 minutes. So Scotland and Scotland is getting a penalty. So Scotland, specifically Scottish bench, is getting take for unsportsmanlike conduct. So 2 2-minute penalties ongoing. So we are gonna play for the next minute and 40 seconds with 4-on-4. Hollenstein skies it for Reba. Back to Hollenstein. Face dodge. Going into traffic. Down low, and McLucas saves it. Milson flips it off for McGuire. Correct Saltis McGuire, to be specific. And there's a delay penalty against Zweifer. And Crawley is giving Scotland hope. Jack Crawley is finding his rhythm again. And Scotland is on a 4-goal scoring streak, and they're cutting the lead down to 5. We're back in the attack for Scotland as Thomas Moffat bounce passes to Gilbrook, gets a pick from Fletcher, shot fakes, Moffat, bank here, Fletcher, Moffat, back to Fletcher, pass is not handled, no look pass to bank here, toe drags, Gilbrook, Fletcher, big shot! And now this could be the deciding moment, because from my point of view, the 30-second shot clock has already gone out, so the goal shouldn't be counted. But unfortunately for Switzerland, referees don't have a replay available. Now the scoreboard's correct. Scotland was pretty furious about it, but now we are back underway with 5 minutes to go. Score is now 10-4 for Switzerland. 2-on-1 chance, Hill, big shot, but Beresville sticks out his left shoulder. Flip to Shaw, but the loose ball. And now Hollenstein is heading the other way, holding Shaw out. Von Jakowski has McCall against him. As now we're playing with 4-on-5. From the point of view for Switzerland. And Hollenstein is going into the cage, but what a save by Alan McLucas. And McCall. It's cleared out for Scotland. Moffat, the other way to Crawley, down to Gilbrook. Gilbrook holds it, 10 seconds. Moffat shoots, and Beresville gobbles it. And with 3 minutes and 38 seconds, we are heading into yet another commercial break. So we are gonna be back in a minute.
Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world.
We are back in Malešice for the last part of fourth quarter here at another game of the European Box Lacrosse Championships 2026 between Switzerland and Scotland. So far, Scotland is on a little run with 5 straight goals and are looking to get their comeback. Moritz Ziegler looking for the loose ball pickup, but that belongs to Colin Weir, who's now heading the other way. Milne, Moffat, down to Thomas Gilbrook. Zen Fletcher now handles the ball. Gets a pick from Gilbrook, big shot, but it has been blocked by Sylvan Indermüller, who's entered the game now. And a big hit by Bank here on Budmiga. Big shot by Gilbrook. And wow, what a catch by Alexander Budmiga. But he has paid the highest cost. Now the pain is on the spot that hurts the most, especially for men. Now 10 seconds to shoot. Hollenstein looking for other side to Reba. One-timer, but missed the goal of McLucas. Now we have Ben Robertson flipping it to Thomas Moffat. Loose ball. Moser looking to pick it up, but Patrick Schori is the one who gobbles up the ball. Tried to pass it to Brandenberger, but now the ball is loose. Picked up by Schori again. Suter running it off. On the other side we have Tomen, who is guarding Moffat from up close. Loose ball for William Buchan. Milne down to Moffat. Thomas Gilbrook. And Scotland is playing with 6 men on the field. Thomas Moffat. And now Budmiga is racing off to the other side, and he scores on an empty net. And the reaction from the Swiss bench, you cannot thank them enough. And Alexander Budmiga ends the goal streak for Scotland. Hollenstein was off the races to the goal of McLucas to get the ball for Budmiga, as he scored his first one. Erwin Tommen fighting Shepard for the loose ball, but now Galbraith picks it up, gets swatted. The shovel pass to Hollenstein, and Galbraith And a call against Switzerland, and now there's a call from one of the referees. And Michael Galbraith is heading to the penalty box. One of the referees saw it differently than the other. And Galbraith is now sitting in the penalty box. Switzerland with the 23 seconds on the clock is just gonna run it out as Switzerland, I think we can say it now, Switzerland is winning green group and is gonna face Czechia tomorrow, as Scotland has to wait for the result of the game between Israel and Italy. Switzerland can celebrate. Big win at the end of the group stage and are heading into the playing game on a high note. Scotland, as we said, will have to wait for result of today's game between Israel and Italy, which will be played at 1:30 p.m. local time in Radachin. So the final score of this game, Scotland 10, Switzerland 15. Don't go too far from our screens because we are going to interview one of the players on the winning side. And after that, we are gonna return here in Malešice for another game. This time of the yellow group between two teams that were looking for their win, but Austria has found themselves a big win against Poland and are gonna play in their last group stage game against Wales. So thanks for tuning in here at the ELF YouTube channel. My name has been Ondřej Gizal. Thanks for watching and return for the game between Austria and Wales.
Davide, to nejde na ten, ať mám. A jdem na poutě. Oni tam jsou. Já šefa.
Ne, oni tam byli ještě předtím, než jsem tam přišel, tak jsem odešel.
Pak tam nemají let, kontroluj.
Nemají.
Tam má dát vody, to jsou nemehlá, zádřivu, superová.
Ale už to nenapouští, to bude v klidu. Ne, budu zkontrolovat.
Nemají pitnou vodu, ty vole. Martine, nech chvilku ty holky, prosím tě, já zavez to plnici. Jo, počkej, jako si tak, no, jak si zavez do mě, nahází, když ty písmenky tam jsou. No, je dobrá, no. Jo. Pak ty vez, a pak ty vez. Já jsem to říkal, že na tu trestnou máme dát starý finále. Za trestný, ale za trestný.
Teď už je to dobrý? Jo, teď už je... So again, I'm with Brendan Koenig and with the sound, with the winning team of Switzerland. Congratulations on the wake again. 4-0, ending on a high note.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Honestly, this is our game plan coming in. You know, lock in on defense, play tight, soak some shots. Our goalies stepped up today. I mean, we had 4 goals allowed in the first half, and you know, we played as a team, and we finished strong. We won the transition game, which was a key for us. We knew Scotland had a strong transition game. We came out of the box hot, and we finished strong.
You're going into the playing game against the host team, Czechia. It's gonna be a hard environment for you guys. Are you looking forward to the game?
Yeah, we're ready. I mean, we've been playing some physical teams, and we're ready to play an even more physical team. I mean, we're rolling on all cylinders. We're getting better every game, and this is our chance to prove ourselves. We're ready for the host team.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.